Today we're going to be talking about how to not kill your pepper seedlings after they sprout. This should just be a real quick video. There's just a few things I want you guys to focus on, and let's get into it. All right, so the first thing you need to do as soon as your pepper seedlings come up out of the soil is you need to get them under a light. If they don't have a light, they're going to get really leggy, they're going to stretch, and if they stretch too far and you wait too long, they're going to start falling over and there's not really any coming back for that at that point. Just to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, I purposely left some of these seedlings sitting without a light for a couple of days before the rest of these started coming up. So you can kind of see the difference between some of these really leggy ones and some of these that are staying pretty short, and they're gonna turn out really nice. As soon as the seedlings come up, you really wanna start giving them about 14 to 16 hours of light every single day. I'm not gonna go too much into grow lights today, but really the basics of it is for vegetative growth. What we're looking for with seedlings like this, you want about 4,000 to 6,500 Kelvin. And what this is gonna be more of the blue daylight, and this helps with the vegetative growth. They take that blue light and they grow everything they need until flowering. So for now, we just have to focus on the blue light. If you can find any light that's gonna give you between 4,000 and 6,500 Kelvin, that's gonna work for you. If you are planning on growing to the flowering stage and fruiting stage, you're gonna want a light that's gonna be full spectrum, which is gonna be all the way down to about 3,000 Kelvin, and that way you'll get some of that red light. And what the red light is going to do is give the plant everything it needs to grow the flowers and to put out the fruit and everything like that. I'll make a full video that dives into lighting at some point, but for now, I just use this KingLED light. This is just a mid-range light that I found on Amazon, and I've been using it for about 3 years now, and I have never once had an issue. I've had massive harvests using this light. I have 3 of them in my grow tent. I'm not sure what this light runs nowadays, but I will post a link in the description below. This light gives you full spectrum. It has a bloom stage, a vegetation stage, and you can turn them both on at the same time. It's not super high end, it's not low end, it's right there in the middle, and that's kind of where I'm at, is right in the middle. I'm not ready to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on lighting, so this is what I got. And at the time of this recording, it has a 4.5 star rating on Amazon with 5,675 reviews on it. So it's really well reviewed on Amazon, and I definitely recommend it. The next thing you need to do is these seedlings need some air. Up until this point, they've been in this heat and humidity controlled environment, and you need to start getting them used to the normal air that they're going to be having the rest of their life. With some seedling trays, they come with a dome that has a little ventilation thing on the top. So if you have that ventilation thing, go ahead and turn it around to where that vent is open at this point. That way you can bring some of that air in. If you don't have a ventilation hole, you want to be taking off your lid about once a day and just start fanning out your peppers, which kind of sounds weird, but just kind of circulate that air, fan them out real good, put it back on. And I do that for about 2 to 3 days, and then I just kind of start taking that dome off. You don't want them to get used to that super high humidity environment. And also at this point, you want to start making sure that everything is watered really well, because once you start fanning it out, once you start pulling that humidity dome off, the soil is going to start getting dry. And not all your seedlings are going to come up at once. I've got most of my plants that have come up here already, but I know that I'm going to have more seedlings that are going to be coming up. I don't want those to dry out to where they're not going to sprout anymore. So what I do at this point is I just take a spray bottle and I spray down the soil really well. I make sure everything's nice and damp. I want to make sure that those seeds have the best environment they can so they can still grow. And I want to make sure that the seedlings have enough water so that they're still growing as well. Sometimes when seedlings come up, they get the little seed caps stuck on the leaves, and it's kind of a gamble to see what happens at this point. You can let it just grow out and see what happens there. Or what you can do is you can spray it down with a water bottle, give it a nice misting, let it soften up a little bit, and you can take some tweezers, definitely not my wife's tweezers, but you can take some tweezers and you can try to pull that cap off. Sometimes it works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. It's honestly a gamble, but if that cap stays on and it doesn't actually grow off, there's not going to be any way for the plant to photosynthesize, and then it's just going to die. Those leaves are going to fall off, it's going to die off, and you're not going to have that plant anymore. So it's honestly worth it to try to pull that cap off if you're able to. At this point, when you still don't have all your seeds that have sprouted, or at least all the seeds that you think are going to sprout, you want to keep this on the seedling mat for now. Keep it on the seedling mat. It's going to keep those seeds nice right where they need to be. And then once you feel like they've all sprouted, I mean, for me, if in the next week or so, if I don't have any more that sprout, I'm going to be pulling that seedling mat out. Once you do remove that heat mat, you want to try to keep the environment that they're in. You want to try to keep it around 70 to 80 degrees. You don't want it to get too cold at night. Definitely if it's dropping down into like the low 60s, maybe put a space heater in there or something like that. I know that the KingLED light that I have, it doesn't put off a whole lot of heat, but it does put off enough heat in that grow tent to where it keeps my grow tent right around 70 to 80 degrees. So I don't really have to worry too much about the heat in there. Here the next couple of weeks, once they get bigger, we'll start talking about transplanting them, giving them some fertilizer, and kind of going on with the next steps from there. For now, we're just letting them hang out. We're letting them establish some roots because you don't want to be ripping them out right now. Let's let them establish those roots, and then we'll move them on to their different homes. If this video is helpful for you, go ahead and hit the like button because that tells YouTube that you guys enjoyed the video, and then they show other people this video and hopefully it helps them too. And then go watch this video right here because this video is also going to help you out. And good luck with your plants. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.